Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the other members of the Appropriations Committee for allowing this opportunity. I will, of course, be brief, and I know it's been a long month for you, and I know you have a lot to consider. I want to thank you for giving me a moment to share my thoughts and concerns as we undertake this critical attempt to address the budget blueprint given to us by Governor Corbett. I want to be clear. I fully understand that Pennsylvania is at a crossroads, and we must restructure the state's budgetary house by avoiding the fiscal games that left us with a $4 billion budget hole. So I want to begin by thanking Governor Corbett for presenting an honest budget that does not rely on broad-based tax increases, irresponsible borrowing, or dishonest revenue projections. Recognizing his proposal is simply that, a proposal, I respectfully request you consider some of the budget cuts proposed in basic education. It's not to suggest that you shouldn't also maybe consider the cuts proposed in higher ed, but I'd like to direct my comments to one specific line item in basic ed. That line item is line 230 in the proposed budget. It's the school employees' Social Security reimbursement. The governor has proposed a dramatic change in the formula directing these funds. This change would cause an unanticipated and significant loss in revenue for many districts. While I agree with the governor that there are two sides to the budget ledger, and we must demand our school districts address perpetually rising expenditures, we must also be fair in what we ask of them. Specifically, the governor proposes cuts to the 5 school districts of the 151st Legislative District by $4.8 million in just this one line item. Statewide, the overall reduction is listed as $21,115,000. Meaning my district would endure a 22.73% of the total cut statewide. To give you an idea of the level of state funding my school districts currently receive, in 08 and 09 they ranked 463, 474, 477, 478, and 486 in per pupil funding statewide. Truthfully, they don't ask for, nor do they receive much from the state in terms of funding. Regarding the obligation the local school districts have to rein in spending, 2 of the 5 school districts are working without teachers' contracts, one for over a year and a half and the other for about 9 months. These boards are trying to hold the line on spending, and they've been trying to manage their budgets responsibly. Another one of my school districts, the North Penn School District, is expected to lose an additional $2.28 million, the most in Pennsylvania, just from this one line item. This district ranked 477th in revenue from the state to fund education in 08 and 09 and has reduced the overall number of teachers each year since 08 and 09. I know there's been much discussion concerning the proposed increase in funding for the Department of Public Welfare. I'm also aware of the series of bills. I'm a prime sponsor of one of them to address the waste, fraud, and abuse cited by the Auditor General in his report. I believe we should demand the Department of Public Welfare eliminate the waste, fraud, and abuse and become accountable to the taxpayers, just as we are doing with public education. When constituents confront me with the issue of the reduction in funding to our schools, I routinely explain how school districts were aware of the temporary nature of the stimulus funding and therefore should have managed their finances knowing that revenue stream was disappearing. However, the districts were not aware of the loss in revenue in the school employees' Social Security line item. While there may be merit to discussing the future of this reimbursement to schools for the hiring and salary decisions that they make, this unexpected change in the administration's policy this year would negatively and, in my opinion, unfairly affect these schools. Mr. Chairman, rest of the committee, I appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to express my concerns, and I hope that you will take that particular funding stream into consideration when you prepare a budget for your consideration. Thank you.